Hello. Hi, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
Welcome to the Average Joe Show. Well, I'm Sam.
I'm Amy.
The dynamic duo is back at it again.
Yes.
When I say dynamic, I mean average. This is why it's the Average Joe Show.
We ain't no Caped Crusaders.
Yeah.
We're not as cool as them.
Before we get started, we just went and got drinks to get ourselves started.
I don't know if we'll be able to say their names.
Yeah.
But
You can just describe what you have in it.
So mine it's sugar-free Red Bull with
Well, it's a company that has like a specific like.
names for them. I don't know if we can say the
I don't think
name.
it's Red Bull though.
No.
It's their own.
No, it's Red Bull.
Is it? Oh.
Sam, I worked there. I know.
Oh, okay.
I know what's in it. But it has I'm upset they don't put the thing on there anymore. They usually have like what's in it on like the label maker.
The label maker.
Yeah, not anymore though.
Mm.
I think mine's blue raspberry and pineapple in it. I think that's what's in it. I can't remember.
Mine, I have Dr. Pepper as like the base, and we have raspberry and coconut. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so mine's blended up, so.
Yeah, yours is like a slushy.
Yeah.
A slushy.
But it'll slowly become watered down because it's hot. It's hot outside, so if you can hear the air conditioning, suck it up.
Yeah.
I don't want to die of heat stroke.
Yeah, I think this is how high we had it last time we recorded in this car. Don't you worry. Hopefully at some point we'll record and
we'll record in a good spot.
Yeah, we'll find a room.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
There is a great game that me and Amy love. When did we start playing this? Like 6 or 7 years ago?
When did you get the PS4?
Because
when you got that like
that was when I graduated. That's when I graduated high school.
So in 2017.
Yeah. Yeah. So in 2017, I got my PlayStation 4, and it's 2022.
Yeah, because I'd imagine.
So
it was also
5 years ago.
Yeah.
5 years ago. It came out way before that, but.
Yeah, I can't remember. I'm gonna look up right now.
But we are talking about one of the greatest co-op games. I'm just kidding. It doesn't even need to be a co-op game. One of my favorite platformers of all time.
Came out in 2014.
But
it was also, I think it was like a GoFundMe kind of thing first.
It was a Kickstarter.
Kickstarter, that's what it was.
It's one of the biggest Kickstarters.
Yeah,
like projects.
On Google, it says the initial release date is 2014.
I just want to say the gosh dang title of it, and you're just like, I want to tell you facts about it.
Okay. I'll edit this out then.
No, you don't need to edit it out. We are talking about Shovel Knight.
Yes. The best game ever.
Yeah. It's not the best game ever, but it's up there.
Yeah.
It's the greatest. I heard somebody say it best. It's the greatest Nintendo NES game out there, even though it's not on the NES. Me and Amy talked about this, a few months ago? We're like, it'd be really cool. You
talked about this for years, because when we started playing it, I would doodle all the different characters, and you'd be like, oh, dude, I can totally see this art style being like a show.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, what a compliment.
Because we thought this is a great idea to make into a animated show. We both came up and we're just like, let's do what's called a fan cast.
I also like to call it casting call, because it's just us putting out a casting call for, I don't know, like rehearsal kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like just like, alright, put your applications in, but also, if you want to, you can do that. I don't plan on making a show. I'm not good at animating.
Yeah.
That'd be
Not
fun
saying,
though.
yeah, you are terrible, but yeah, I don't plan on creating it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think writing would
That'd
be
be-
really, really fun, but I don't plan on doing that.
Yeah. I find my creative liberties more in drawing stuff. Maybe comics. We'll see how that goes.
So yeah, we came up with some of the major people. So we got like our antagonist, Mr. Shovel Knight himself or herself.
So with the game, I mean, at least with like the base Shovel Knight game, the Shovel of Hope, I think that's
Yeah,
his. Yeah, you can change the characters into boys or girls,
yeah.
but that's like with the main cast of characters.
Because
So-
usually they're all men, other than Shield
Shovel.
Knight
Yeah, Shield Knight. I was gonna say.
and the Enchantress.
Yeah,
Spoiler alert: Shield Knight is the
Enchant-
Enchantress.
Wow. You want to know what's so funny? When I was writing down all the names and picking out all the actors, I was like, all right, I'm going to write down all the names of all the characters we need. And I can't remember if I just completely forgot about Enchantress. Or I'm like, her and Shield Knight are the same, so I'm just going to write Shield Knight. But when you sent, like, your list of characters, and you did, like, Shield Knight / Enchantress, I sat there and I was like, oh no! I didn't even put that into consideration. But I feel like my picks are like, okay. They can work for both of them.
Well, I just realized that my notes on my iPad didn't save, like,
From your
doesn't have the
phone.
same stuff on my phone. So I'm gonna just have,
Oh,
I'm just gonna read
no.
everything off on my
Your
phone, which is fine.
phone.
So I'm not. Like, I've recently gotten into the voice acting, not me personally doing voice acting, but, like, I know basic people in the voice acting community. Like, I know who they are. Not,
Yeah.
I've met them. I'm not cool and I haven't met with them.
I mean, we could go to Salt Lake Comic Con. Nolan North's gonna be there.
Freaking Nolan North.
We could.
When is it?
I don't know. I keep on
And
getting ads.
we'll look at it later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
So
baby.
with, like, the original idea for what we were casting for is a TV show because we think it would be fun. I think it'd be a really fun TV show.
I prefer TV shows like for a story-based thing
Yeah.
over a movie.
Yeah.
Movies like
Movie would this kind of
too
movie would
short.
take for, like, it'd be either a really long movie, but like my cast, there's a lot of voice actors who do shows, but there's also a lot of like big name like TV big name movie actors. So like
I sat here like earlier, like within this past week, and I sat there and I was like, should I put down actors that would be good as like a live action one? And as I started like thinking about some of them, I was like, oh, it doesn't matter what they look like because they're just gonna be in a suit of armor.
yeah.
So it would also still be the voice. So it's like, okay, well, we'll just do like an animated show.
And usually with shows, I did a different actor for each character.
Mm-hmm. That's what I did too.
And I, like, usually the voice actor, like, a voice actor takes up like at least like 3 or 4 different like characters.
I did sit there and I was like, oh man, if we were budgeting the show, I would probably use this actor to voice these characters, this actor to voice the other characters. It's a voice actor's job to be able to do different voices, like it's not required of them, but if they can, it's a big, like it helps out a lot. So some of them, like with my options, you'll see like some of them are like in multiple spots, but I did make sure to put other people in other spots, except for one character. Because I didn't know who else to do for them.
Yeah. Let's just get into it.
Okay.
Who do you want to start with?
I mean, I have my first one, Shovel Knight.
Okay.
Should we start with the big man himself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to share yours or do you want me to share?
So I only have 2 characters. I only have 2 actors. One's for the boy, one's for the girl version.
Oh.
But I also had the original idea. Like, I was originally like, oh, we can probably make him like a silent protagonist just to have the rest of the villains shine because they're all so fun.
Right.
But then I remembered that there's dialogue in the game.
Yeah.
So I was like, great, now I have to choose someone. So for the male counterpart, I did Nolan North.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I would just do like his regular. Oh yeah, if you don't know, Nolan North is Nathan Drake from Uncharted. Also, he's Superboy in Young Justice.
What?
Yeah, I should have known because he just uses his regular, like, Nathan Drake voice.
That's funny.
I should have known. And he's also the Penguin in the Arkham games.
And he plays a few thugs in that game, too.
Oh, yeah.
But, like...
Nathan Drake is a secret thug in those games.
Yeah.
Especially in Arkham City. Mm-hmm. I think Arkham City is the one where they're like, all right, we're going to have 3 voice actors for all the thugs, yeah. But we're also going to pull you into this Nolan.
Yeah.
But I also feel like he would have been like, oh, dude, please. That'd be so fun. Because then I don't think he's in the other ones.
Interesting. I was actually...
But that was also his first game that he was in the Arkham games. Pretty sure.
I was trying to figure out, like, where I was like, Nolan North. I love me some Nolan North. Mm-hmm. Where do I want to put him?
I put him in a few spots,
I
think.
I ended up not putting him in anywhere in my list.
Oh, really?
I just had better picks. But I think I could see him being hired on for some other spots. I could see him being like,
I know there's.
I could see him being like I could see him being Treasure Knight and using like his like more Penguin voice if he didn't sound as old.
Yeah.
If he sounded like a younger like Brit.
Younger Oz. You can tell, like, if you look at my list, you can see all the ones where I had like fun, but I also couldn't really pick just one person, so I just had multiple people. Those being all the options.
Right.
So I have quite a few of those.
I just have one person per character.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So this is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
So who did you have for your other character? Like for your other
for
actor?
other Shovel Knight?
Yeah.
So it's the female one. It's Kaylee Kuko? I don't know how to pronounce it.
Oh, Kelly
she was Harley Quinn in the Harley Quinn show.
Yeah, and she's also Penny from Big Bang.
That's
her. Yeah.
Dude! I was even looking at their, like, IMDb's just like, alright, what else are they in? And with most of the... Spoiler alert, some of these actors are from the Harley Quinn show. But also, when I was writing some of these names down, I just finished watching the show. So all their voices were, like, fresh on the mind. But with her, I feel like if they, like... She could do it if it's, like, more of a mellowed out kind. But she's also... And, like, I want to say she's in a few different spots where she can have that more amped up voice.
Yeah.
But I just liked her voice. Like, it's nothing too crazy, but it's, like, good. It's just simple, and it's nice. Like, it's unique enough, but it's not like, crazy.
It'll stand out within the crowd, but it won't sounds outshine. Normal.
Yeah.
It sounds normal.
Yeah.
You ready for this outstanding voice?
Yes.
My Shovel Knight? He's a pretty well-known actor. He's beloved by many. His name is Keanu Reeves.
Dude.
I just want some, like... He has some sort of, like...
Dude, that'd actually be really good.
I was just looking up, like, celebrities who have played... Like, I just looked up voice actors, and for some reason on YouTube, it pulled up... Here's some 10 shocking celebrities who voiced some of your favorite characters.
Dude,
the first one was Duke Kaboom from Toy Story 4.
Dude, he's also going to be Batman in the Super Pets movie.
Oh,
But also they have Dwayne Johnson in there, the Rock Man. They also have Kevin Hart. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that movie. But also I remember... I don't know if this was a fever dream or not, but I remember on one of the kid channels, there was a superhero pet show. And, like, Batman and Superman had dogs. I can't remember what Wonder Woman had, but I remember the Flash had a cat. I can't remember any of their names, but it was just like...
Like you're questioning whether or not it's real?
Yeah.
I don't think it's real. Unless it was like a little Cartoon Network like thing, which I think Cartoon Network, you should be the ones that do the show. I think you guys would do really good with it. Keanu Reeves though, yeah, I think Keanu Reeves, he would be a really good asset just because he has that stoicness about him, but he can also be fun.
That's so true.
Like
I feel like him and then Kaylee, I feel like they would be good. as Shovel Knight. But I don't know if you chose a woman for Shovel Knight.
I did not do any female counterparts or male counterparts.
Okay.
I just did the one person. This is my vision. So yeah.
That's really good. I really like that.
Sweet. Do you want me to? Let's move on to the next person.
Who do you have for your next person?
I have Shield Knight / the Enchantress.
Yeah, I totally forgot. I totally forgot about that whole thing.
Yeah.
I can't remember if we talked about it earlier.
So. Yeah.
And we won't worry about it.
Yeah. So Shield Knight is like Shovel Knight. We should just give like a little brief description just to give some time, unless it's going to take forever. But Shield Knight is the protagonist's, like Shovel Knight's damsel in distress, or like
where you're like in the level like going to the tower, where Black Knight's like, you didn't know this whole time? That's Shield Knight. What are you doing?
Yeah.
It took you almost the whole game just for them to be like, you idiot. Yeah. There's only one woman in this whole game, and it's going to be the same woman as the other one.
So, where I went with this, I was thinking of somebody who can show both sides of like a heroic, like a heroic equal to Keanu Reeves, but also have that bad person like side of him. And I thought of Cate Blanchett. That's Hela from Thor Ragnarok. But she's done other things, but she was one of those people that popped up on that same YouTube video. Yeah. But I just really liked her performance in Thor Ragnarok, and seeing that she can also play a good person. I should pull up what she did.
I know, I'm trying to think of what else she's been in, because I know obviously she's been in other things.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to think of
let me find.
She's been in.
Oh, she was the mom in How to Train Your Dragon 2, I think.
Oh, I didn't.
That was the person I was thinking of.
Oh, well, I love that. So she can have like that sweetness of like that mom.
Yeah.
But then she can also be like Hela, be a bad guy.
Yeah.
That's good.
That was my whole shtick. Sorry that I don't have enough about you, Cate Blanchett. If you're hearing this, thank you for listening.
Thanks, but also, what are you doing?
No.
Why are you listening to us?
No, we appreciate you listening to us, and I'm sorry that I don't know enough about your repertoire. Repertoire, I think that's the right word. I don't know enough about your accolades or your career, other than Hela. That's like your defining role to me. But yeah.
So I had 3 people.
Holy frick!
One of them's the male counterpart, so 2 of them are women.
Okay.
So first off, I had Lake Bell. She plays Ivy in the Harley Quinn show.
Okay.
She's also...
She'd be good.
She was in other stuff, but I can't remember. Oh, she's I don't know if you've watched Secret Lives of Pets.
I never got around to watching it, but...
Have you watched either of them?
No.
Okay, well, she's the cat, like the gray cat that's just kind of like...
Oh, okay, yeah, I've seen in the trailer, yeah.
Yeah. So she's also that, too.
Nice.
Yeah, I thought of her. I really liked her voice in the Harley Quinn show. I feel like she could just... I also see Shield Knight just being like a kind of like whatever kind of character. Like kind of how she is like with Ivy. Just being like, I'm gonna help you out, but I'm not gonna do anything crazy. But I feel like she can also do the evilness of it too.
Yeah.
And I also had, man, I didn't even spell out the whole name. I also had Zoe Kravitz.
Oh, that's Catwoman. Yeah.
From the Batman. And also she's Catwoman in the Lego Batman movie.
Oh, she's the one that goes meow meow.
Yeah, meow. It's so good.
That part makes me laugh every single time, and it's so good.
Oh, it's so funny.
That whole opening bit of Rock, paper, scissors. I'm a loser at home and I'm a loser at work.
It's so good. That movie is good.
And he took the guy's Riddler took the guy's arm and
Completely off.
yeah, and how they got the arm was insane. The guy
Dude, there's so many just random like big famous people that are voicing all those villains.
Yeah.
So I want to say the Riddler's like Conan.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I know he is one of them. He's one of the boys. But yeah, it's so funny to me.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have her as the other one.
Okay.
I feel like with her Lego Batman Catwoman, it's more of like a sweeter version of like her own voice, like her regular voice.
Yeah.
So I feel like that'd be good, like for like the good guy Shield Knight.
Mm-hmm.
But then she can do like her more serious voice, like the Batman, or she can even manipulate her voice to like be Enchantress.
Mm-hmm.
Or even like the editors can like add like a filter on the voice, make it more spooky sounding.
Yeah, I
Like
think that might be what would happen. That might be the case if that ever happens.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And then for Man Shield Knight, I did Troy Baker.
Interesting. Yeah, I know.
He's the main character from Infamous 2.
Okay.
He's also the Arkham Knight, and he's Sam Drake from the Uncharted games.
Oh,
he's in so many things.
Right.
I was looking up because I can remember Infamous's like the beginning part of it. I could only remember Second Son.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, I'm gonna find out like what the actual name of it's called, and I'll go through like his stuff. And he's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he has been in a lot of stuff.
Because he was also the Joker in Arkham Origins.
Mm-hmm.
He was Batman in, I think, the Injustice games. Or something like that.
He was Batman in the...
or in a movie or show.
He was in the Tall Tale games.
Okay.
How I know this is because he's also on my list somewhere, and I'm excited to share that with you when that comes in.
He's on here a few times.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, but also I just like his voice.
Okay.
So...
Yeah.
But yeah.
He's really good. I like him.
Mm-hmm.
I like him.
I would love to meet him, too.
Yeah.
But I feel...
He's a talented guy.
Mm-hmm.
Troy Baker, man.
I haven't been in the presence of famous people, so I don't know how I'll act, but I just feel like I'll just be frozen stiff in fear.
I feel like I'd be trying to act like too cool for school. I'd be like, hey man, how's it going? Stick out my hand for a firm handshake, shake the man's hand and be like, see you later. Nice to talk with you.
It's funny because I feel like I'm the same way, but like in the opposite way where I'm like, I'm so scared right now, what do I do? But also I'm gonna act like I'm fine.
She's like, hi.
Hey there. I realized
Hi.
my mind would go blank. That'd be for anyone, not just Troy Baker. Be anyone and everyone. Because I was thinking about like how we're gonna go to Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. I remember us talking about how we would do like how we might do behind the scenes stuff.
We won't, but that's...
I know we're not, but we were talking about it. And I sat there, like, after that conversation, I was like, I'm not even, like, I don't know WWE that well.
Amy, you could have
But just knowing, just being in the presence of just famous people,
Amy,
I was like, whoa.
You could have shaken hands or even hugged the one, the only.
Oh, man.
Rhea Ripley? Rhea?
I never know.
Her accent confuses me to make me like
I think
try
it's
to
Rhea.
think. It's Rhea.
Because I always read it.
You always read.
No, because so Rhea is also a Greek god. And I'm reading Lore Olympus, and it's so good. The new season came out. They came back, and I want to cry. But I always read it as Rhea. But I'm also dyslexic, so that's why I confused Pupitar or Pupitar to Pupitar. Because I think I wrote it down wrong, so then I read it wrong. And that's just what happened.
Well, yeah. Should we move on to... Who's your next person?
My next character is Black Knight.
Okay. You just go for it. Go for it.
I have 4 different people.
Oh my gosh.
One of them's the woman, though. So, so I have Troy Baker.
Okay.
I also have Donkey.
Like the video game Donkey? Holy
I sat there and
crap!
I was like, that'd be kind of funny though. Like I was sitting there and I was like, oh man, Donkey would be fun. Where can I put him on the list? And each spot that I put him in, I was like, that'd be actually kind of funny though.
I don't know if he'd want to do that, but if they reached out to him, I hope he would take it if he wants to do it.
I think it'd be fun just to have him.
Yeah.
Because so also when I did all the the casting stuff,
Mm-hmm.
I'd also watch Smiling Friends
Mm-hmm.
and just all of their picks for voices, and just some of them being people from YouTube or Newgrounds.
Oh yeah.
Just
yeah.
people from all of those, just voicing different characters. I was like, that's super fun. I want to do that too. So quite a few of the voice actors are going to be from YouTube.
That's
but
interesting.
Not
all mine are big name people.
Yeah, I couldn't think of anyone. I was terrible with it.
Yeah. Well, actually, there's one person that you probably won't know.
Yeah. Okay, and then my third option was Will Arnett, who is the Batman from the Lego Batman movie.
Okay, Amy,
and
all of your people, leading up to this point, have been Batman related.
No, he's
every
also
single one of
BoJack
them.
Horseman.
I know, but still, my whole point is every single person that you've picked has been involved with Batman.
I was gonna try to prove you wrong, but but I looked up on my list and I was like, yeah.
Nolan North. He's played Penguin.
Nolan North.
Nolan North. He was Penguin.
We got
Zoe
Penguin.
Kravitz.
We got Harley Quinn. We got Poison Ivy. We got Catwoman twice. We have the Arkham Knight. We also have another Arkham Knight. And Donkey. Lego Batman. And then the girl version of him, I also did Zoe Kravitz.
Oh my. Okay.
So who did you pick?
For my Black Knight,
mm-hmm.
since I'm trying to be diverse, not saying that this person is a throwaway person, but this is somebody who I just thought of somebody who could play sort of Black Knight. He seems like somebody who has had a past with Shovel Knight because he fights with a shovel. I have
a feeling him, Shield Knight, and Shovel Knight were all friends.
Yeah.
But I think he left because he was like, oh, Shield Knight likes Shovel Knight more than me. I'm sad now.
That would be a fun little episode. Just being
I think that's the whole thing.
I'm swearing revenge upon you, Shovel Knight. I wanted to be the Shovel Knight because I have the shovel, but I'm the Black Knight.
But I think that's his whole thing throughout the games. In the first fight that you do with him, they don't really talk about it. I think his big thing was you didn't protect her, and he's like, shut up, and then they fight. But I know later on with fights that you do with him, he talks about yeah, you knew I don't think he said that you knew I loved her, but you still took her anyways. I don't think there's stuff like that. But
if that wasn't in there, that's what we want. That's what we want to have in there. We want just a love triangle. Yeah.
Just for Donkey to say.
I can't even try. I can't even attempt to do a Donkey impersonation.
Oh, Donkey, he's so good. Oh, but who's your Black Knight?
My Black Knight is James McAvoy.
James McAvoy. Wait a minute.
He was Charles Xavier in the newer X-Men movies. And he's the...
I feel like he would also add such a... He would add a sadness to it.
I think he could... I think he has the drama built that he can... he has an...
I feel that's really good. I feel that would be... all the things that he would need to bring would be so subtle.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't think he would get picked because he would have competition for people who could do more voices. And even though I think he could do more voices, I think there's other people who could do more voices better.
Thinking of him in Split, I feel like he could do some stuff.
He could do some stuff. That I'm not saying that he can't. Yeah. I just think there's other competition, and I don't know if he's ever done voice acting.
Yeah.
But
yeah, and I know voice acting can be a little
scary. It's very different.
Mm-hmm.
I was listening to the Talking Tunes podcast, and
I wish I listened to that before we did this.
yeah, I just remember one of the episodes like a few weeks ago when I was listening to one. No, a few months ago when I was listening to one. It was talking about like Rob Paulson he was saying like, yeah, it's pretty like eye opening for some screen actors to come on to a recording set and try to record stuff because they have to be like interacting and whatnot, and it's like harder to do that. So I don't know how James would do it, but if he does good, I believe in him.
Yeah.
I believe that he can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I have Plague Knight next.
I do too.
Okay. This one I'm actually very excited for.
I have quite a few people. And I love my girl version of him. You can't change her. She's so good. You'll have to kill me to change it.
You ready for this, Amy?
Yes.
My pick is actually a girl as well. It's not a male person. Oh. So I am not a sexist, everybody. Mine is, hopefully I can pronounce this right. I'll probably just skip out this middle name, but her name is Grey Griffin.
Wait a minute. I have her later on my list.
Really? Mm-hmm. And because she's the person who voices Vicky from... Yeah.
She's Vicky. She's also
Catwoman in like the animated show.
Oh, yeah,
or is she...
She's also... She's Daphne.
That's right. That's right.
I
listened to her today. I listened to her episode today.
Okay.
Because I'm like, I don't know a lot of her stuff.
She's also the I forget what her name is, but she is in Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. She's also the red
Frankie.
Frankie, that's her name. Yeah, she's also her.
Frankie Foster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she's so
I really like her because I think I'm looking for her to do her Vicky voice. Just like
I actually really like that.
Like I think it's a really good option, not to brag, but like Plague Knight is just a mad scientist, and in the game, when you just throw in the game, don't change up anything. Plague Knight is a male, and I had a lot of good choices. I had a lot of other choices. Like I wanted like Rob Paulson, like the guy who does like Carl Weezer.
Oh, he would be fine.
But I think he could do something else. What's another one? I had some like pretty nerdy people. Like I had Michael Cera as a choice. I had Rob Paulson. If Troy Baker did like more of a higher Joker, like a higher pitched Joker, like more of a lunatic versus just like the Joker.
Now I hate one of my options, but also I was kind of banking on it to be good.
Okay.
But okay, I'm going to start off with the girl version since you did the girl first.
Okay.
I did Kristen Schaal. She's Mabel from Gravity Falls, and also she's from Bob's Burgers, but she's also from Last Man on Earth. She's the wife. She has like that high voice.
Give me her name again.
Kristen Schaal. So it's Schaal. She seems like such a sweetheart, but I love her voice because she's also in Shrek 4 as one of the witches, and I can just hear her just like getting mad at Shrek and being like, "Shut up!" Your voice, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, she's my Plague Knight. I can hear her doing that."
That's actually a really nice one, and she has a lot of experience in voice acting. But I think Miss Grill. I think it's Delisle. I think it's Grey Delisle Griffin. I think that's her name.
I think Delisle was like a previous last name.
Oh.
And then Griffin's the current one.
Okay.
Because I saw both of those names pop up.
Yeah, because when I looked her up, it said Grey Delisle -Griffin. So, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so for my boys, I'm so sad because I was like, oh man, I like this one, but then now I'm like, now I question it.
No, don't be embarrassed.
But Psychic Pebbles.
He would be so good.
Like, he just has such, like, his fun nasally voice makes me so happy.
Hey
but
guys, I'm a scientist.
Yeah. Like, he has a good.
But he also does like a.
I know.
How you doing?
Dude, just imagining Plague Knight just screaming the whole time. So funny.
You think you're gonna stop me and shovel like.
His poor voice, he would be just like Invader Zim. That poor voice actor was like, yeah, I would have to go home and I would not talk for the rest of the day. And I was like, I'm so sorry. But I think he would be super fun. But then I remember when we were talking about, like, a Shield Knight show, you said it would be super fun for, like, Plague Knight's whole story thing being like a musical. And I was like, I don't know if Zach can sing.
I forgot about that idea. Yeah.
I don't want to force him to, but also that's pretty funny.
I think it would be a really fun musical if it was based off of like the DLC, like the Plague of Shadows storyline. That
storyline is so good. I love it.
Well, I think it's funny because that's why we have Mona Unleashed, or is it Mona?
I think I said it Mona.
Okay.
But she's also, I know, we both are like, yeah, that's why she's on the list. But I know that she's like in like the tavern, like the underground tavern, and she's like in the little mini game. It has the most fun song ever.
Yeah.
It's so good. But yeah, my other options.
Oh yeah. After Plague Knight, we should do Mona.
Yes. Yeah, so for my other ones, I had Jim Rash, who's the Riddler in the Harley Quinn show.
Okay.
And I was just thinking
another Batman.
Shut up! And then I was also thinking of Stamper. He would be so good. I have him on here a few times too, because I'm like,
Shovel Knight, I got you. Hattie Hattington.
Yeah,
Mr. Hat!
I have so many actors for Mr. Hat, though.
I only have one, but I think that
Yeah. But yeah, that's all of mine.
Okay. Should we do Mona? Mm-hmm. What's your Mona?
So for Mona, I have Tara Strong for like one of the first options. Okay. Because I feel like she could do something. Yeah. But I also have, so I had Mona like, because how I had my thing laid out was like all of the knights, like the main knights, like the main players up top. Mm-hmm. And then more towards the bottom, it would be like characters that are more important to like Plague of Shadows or Spectre of Torment.
Mm-hmm. Screw you, King of Cards or whatever.
I haven't played through that one all the way.
Yeah, same here.
It's kind of whack, but I'm also stuck in Mole Knight's area, and I'm like, I hate this. I don't want to be here anymore.
I don't even think I got that far into the game. It's whatever.
Yeah, I need to play through it, but I also don't have Shovel Knight on my Switch. I'm really sad. But yeah, and then I did like all those characters and then other side characters from the main game. Mm. But yeah, so I had her on there. She's also in like other parts of like the list.
Yeah.
So I had her on there. I also have Aubrey Plaza.
I remember us talking about that. Mm-hmm. She's a good choice, I think.
Mm-hmm. I also did Zoe Kravitz for this one too. Because I feel like with her and Aubrey Plaza, they both have like good like, I don't want to be here kind of energy to their voice. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, I can see that being Mona. And then for the male version, I did Donkey.
Oh,
I think I sat there like with some of them. I'm like, oh, she needs a male counterpart, so I'm gonna do this one. It'll be fine.
So, okay. So my Mona. Mm-hmm. We're going to change her name. Her name's not Mona anymore. Mm. I think Mona comes from the name Ramona. And we're going to do Ramon.
Oh, no.
Is
it who I think it is?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so.
Man, I got so excited. I was like, dude, you're choosing Ramona Flowers to be her?
That is hilarious, and I think that would be...
That's why you said,
like, what's her name? Mary Elizabeth,
Yeah.
No, Mary Elizabeth Winston? I think that's her name.
The Huntress or the Crossbow Killer?
Yeah.
I'm not the Crossbow Killer.
Another Batman character, Amy. But my person, I sort of you texted me like last night, and you're like, oh yeah, these are the other people I have, and I totally forgot about adding Mona in here, and so I had to hurry and think of somebody. She's just a side character in like the main storyline. But
I was thinking of like, because like with us talking about like this show, just how it would be like different seasons can be different things, and then we can have like the DLC stuff also happening during like stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I was thinking of that.
But so when I was thinking of this, I'm like, I'm thinking of somebody who has sort of like an Aubrey Plaza, like a sort of like a more monotone and like not very happy person vibe. And immediately I went to like I went and thought of one of my favorite Talking Tunes bits, which is Rob Paulson doing Pinky and the Brain with like playing Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Seth Green doing his Chris Griffin as Anakin. I don't think it's a great choice, but I think
that'd be so fun.
It's just like I can't even like do it. I can't even like process to do a voice.
So good.
But I think his dreary voice, I think he could alternate. I think he has the chops to make his voice sound like dreary and like monotone. But like, and have that voice derived from the same spot that Chris Griffin came from.
My only thing would be like, I don't want people just to sit there and be like, yeah, he's just doing his Chris Griffin voice.
Yeah, that's why I want him to do something that's pretty laid back and something that's like that has inspiration to it, that voice. But yeah. So I have those two out of the way.
Do you have Spectre Knight next?
Yes.
Okay.
So my Spectre Knight, we talked about this person before. You've talked about him before. His name is Troy E. Baker.
Ooh, I thought of putting him here, but then I sat there and I was like, I'm just putting Troy Baker in I'm just putting him to all the characters that I like. And I'm like, because I put him for Spectre Knight too, or I was going to put him on there, and then I was like, no, I'm not going to do that because I feel like Sam's just going to be like, idiot!
Well,
so I chose someone else.
Troy Baker, solid guy. I think his
we've already gushed about him before.
Yeah.
But
just do his voice that's close to the Joker.
I can even see him, like, if we do have the DLC also. He can do, like, just, like, his regular voice.
Yeah.
Or even just the infamous voice. I don't know if that's also his regular voice.
That's his regular voice, I'm pretty sure. But
yeah, but just doing that voice, then I'd imagine we can add filters onto, like, the Joker voice, too, because I'd kind of want it to be, like, wispy sounding.
Yeah.
If I were in the directing chair.
I thought you were about to do an impersonation. I'm like, oh, no. Boy.
Oh, no. So I did Pedro Pascal. Because I love what he did in The Mandalorian.
Yeah, having that, like, ominous, like...
Yeah, I just loved his voice in The Mandalorian. And I feel like Spectre Knight would also be like The Mandalorian and just be, like, mostly a silent character.
Yeah.
But, like, whenever he needs to talk, that'd be the voice that we'd do. And then I also did Lake Bell for the girl counterpart.
Okay. Because she's Catwoman.
No, that's Ivy.
Wait. You said Zoe Kravitz, right?
No, I said Lake Bell. Did I say Zoe Kravitz on accident?
No, I think you said Lake Bell.
Okay. But yeah, those are my choices.
Nice. Okay, let's move on to King Knight. I had a few choices for King Knight.
I have so many choices.
And he's pretty good, but...
I did Grey DeLacy for...
Grey... I think it's Grey Delisle.
Delisle. Grey Griffin.
Grey Griffin. Grey Griffin.
I was also thinking... I didn't write it down. But also Jennifer Hale would be fun. She is... she's the voice actress for Cinderella.
Okay.
She's been in other stuff, too.
So she does more proper
Yeah, she's Cinderella, and she's also Maria Hill in the Avengers video game.
Oh, okay. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I think she would be fun. But I also think Kristen Shaw would also be fun too.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like, I feel like King Knight would, like I sit here and I'm like, oh yes, I feel like he would be Regal, so Cinderella. But then also with Grey Griffin also having that chaoticness of just doing like a Vicky sort of voice.
Yeah.
But I feel like Grey Griffin can like balance it out too.
Yeah.
So I think that's why, because I only had her. Oh, I also have Stephanie Beatrice, who's Mirabelle and Rosa.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But also her too. Like, I feel like those two can like balance out like the chaoticness with like the regalness or properness, I guess. But I feel like with Stephanie, she would do like I feel like hers would like be more of a fun voice because I see more of her Mirabelle voice rather than Rosa.
Mm.
Because I don't know. I feel like King and I would also be like more like a jolly kind of person, I guess.
Yeah.
Like he's just there for the fun of it. He doesn't care who he hurts along the way. He just wants to have fun and have the whole world.
Yeah.
So I have those two. I also have voice actors, but I feel like I've been talking for a minute. So
well, who are your voices?
So I have Aaron Hansen from Game Grumps.
Yep.
Cause
he'd be fun.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking with him. I also have Danny here on the list, like somewhere else. I wanted to do them because they supported the Kickstarter for the game.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, we gotta have.
That'd be. I didn't even think about that, and I don't have him on there.
Yeah,
but it's fine.
Yeah, I was sitting there and I was like, I have to put him in the game somewhere, and it'd be fun to have him as the knights. Even if we're not able to get him as the knights, they can be like background characters, like one of the fun like village people.
Yeah.
Like if it comes down to that, I would do one of those.
They'd make like a fun comment, like a little cameo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or even like a character like Mr. Hat, or like one of those characters. But yeah, so I have him. I also put Stamper on this one.
Mm-hmm.
And then Matt Oberg.
He's
Kite Man from the Harley Quinn show.
Another Batman character, Amy, for crying out loud.
I already told you.
Yeah, babe. He's such a good character. I haven't finished the show, but he's just so good. You ready for my pick, Amy?
Yes. Sorry, I just read one of the names for like one of my next people, and it's so fun.
Okay, Amy, you know who probably has a lot of fun with their character? Who's also played a very regal person, who was also villainous.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say regal, this person's like character that he's known for was somebody who was really dying for the throne, and he built his way up to it and sort of just took it over. We're talking about Thor's brother, Loki, Tom Hiddleston. I think he just has the villain.
Fun.
I would, yeah.
I didn't even think of that.
He has some voice acting experience. He was in
Was he in the What If show? I'd imagine
he might have been. Yeah, he was.
Okay.
He has.
He was.
Yeah, because he played Loki.
Yeah.
But he also was in what's that claymation movie where it talks about like the cave people, like the cavemen, and then that came out while I was working at the theater, or was it New Day or like
New Man? No.
Old Man?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up.
It's gonna bug me now. I was working there when The Missing Link.
Okay, I got it.
What is it?
It's called Early Man.
That's what it's called. I was it's New Man.
He plays I think it says Lord Nuth. And I I saw this in a little highlight thing in that same YouTube video where it's like celebrities who do voices. Was this bit, and he had this like weird regal accent that I absolutely loved. But I think he could also just twist his voice to make it be like his Loki voice. He's like, "Do not touch me, I am a god," and then he just gets slammed by Hulk, and he's just like,
"You're dead."
Yeah,
that's what the Hulk says.
Yeah, quote unquote, the Hulk, "You're dead."
No, he doesn't even do like his big voice. He's just like, "You're dead."
You just see like Mark Ruffalo's head just shrink to like normal size and be like, "Ha! You're dead."
Got him, boys. Oh, that's so good. I like that.
Yeah, I thank you. I like it too. That's why I picked him.
Thanks. That's why I chose it.
I don't know how to take compliments, guys. I will probably just say, "Yeah, I know," or "Thanks."
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, it won't sound sincere at all. But yeah, let's move on. I have Mole Knight next.
Ooh, I had Treasure Knight next, but I can do Mole Knight.
Okay, because I have Mole Knight, then Treasure Knight.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so my Mole Knight.
Mm-hmm. Can you see that I color-coded my notes without reading anything?
Oh yeah, you did. I can I can see it faintly.
I color-coded them to their armor.
Anyways. So my Mole Knight, he lives underground, and he just seems like just keeps to himself.
I also feel like I think there's a part in his where like he's kind of doing like bank stuff, like his little moles will like bring him stuff, like inventory things, like because the moles will like bring stuff and he's like writing stuff down, just being like, all right, this is it. I think it's like money bags. I think.
Interesting. That sounds like something that Treasure Knight would do, but
yeah, I know that all the knights did, like they were all like in a group together.
The Order of No Order. I think
not that one.
Oh.
That's the one where Enchantress gets all of them and they gang up on Shovel Knight. But like just like all the knights, like Shovel Knight and Shield Knight included, I think they all kind of worked together and did stuff, and they were all friends.
Okay. Interesting. I didn't think about that.
Because I think it was like during the credits, like the background was just like all the knights doing their different stuff.
Yeah.
But I can't remember exactly what Mole Knight was doing. I just remember him writing stuff down.
Yeah.
He was like at something that kind of looks like a desk. I haven't played the game in forever, so like I can't say for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways.
But since Mole Knight seems like more of like a dweebish character, somebody who keeps to himself.
Don't call me a dweeb.
And this person plays a really good dweeb and has done great voices as dweebs. His name is Rob Paulsen.
Dude, that's actually really good.
I can't see him doing like his, hi, Shovel Knight, I have this question.
Not Mole Knight. Oh my boy.
Well, I was like looking at like the dialogue, and it's like just imagining him being like, "This will also be your tomb," or like, "I will bury you."
Oh man! Before we recorded this, I was totally gonna like look at dialogue. I was hoping that I'd be able to download the game from your Switch to like play it.
I just looked up YouTube videos.
I know I sat there and I was like, I should just look up videos because they have like those like pixely sounds for like their voices or like a hint to a voice.
Yeah.
So I could get an idea of like what it could sound like, but I never did.
I had my audio off because I was doing stuff while. So I couldn't like listen to something while
you couldn't listen to it, but you could read it.
I could read the dialogue. I was just sitting in a room that was loud.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but Rob Paulsen, he's my guy. I love him to bits. That's why I watch Talking Tunes. He's so good. I just love him so much.
I have him in a different spot.
Hi.
Oh, I looked down and I was like, oh, that's where he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for mine, I also have Aaron Hansen.
Okay. Eagle Raptor.
I also did Zach Galifianakis.
I didn't think about him. That's somebody that we could have done. And yet again, another Batman character.
I know. Well, funny thing is, I was just thinking more of like his Between Two Ferns stuff.
Yeah.
Because I've seen quite a few of those. And I'm like, Oh man, that'd be so fun to have him. Then
Well, actually, before we get into this, this is a note to our editor. Can we insert like a tally chart of how many people Amy has in there that's from Batman?
I'm probably gonna be editing this, and I'm gonna cut this out.
No, you got to keep it in there. I think it'd be hilarious.
Then you can edit it.
Okay, I will.
Okay, and then for this next one, we talked about this because we're like, oh man, it'd be funny to have this person in it because he's always just randomly in a movie as a voice actor, and
I know I can't remember this.
I know that Shea Frillis is just sick of hearing him, but it's Seth Rogen.
Yeah, he is just randomly in movies, isn't he?
Yeah, because he's freaking Mantis in Kung Fu Panda, which that's not like his
random.
That's not like his worst one, but he's gonna be DK in the new Mario movie. He was in Secret Life of Pets. I think he's like the big fluffy one.
Okay.
I think that's him.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's just in a bunch of like random animated movies, and he's just like the most annoying character. And I was like, dude, I want my show, so I'm gonna throw him in. But yeah, and then for the girl version, I was thinking of Stephanie Beatrice.
Okay.
Doing more of like a Rosa voice, like a mix between the two, but more leaning towards Rosa. From Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Okay, yeah, I'm like, I like when you first said
her name's Mirabelle.
Well, when you said Rose, you said Mirabelle and Rosa from Encanto. I'm like, is Rosa just the?
I didn't say from Encanto.
Okay.
I don't think.
Okay, that's
you can
fine.
prove me wrong in the editing. But yeah, now that you mentioned like just Mole Knight being a total dweeb, I'm just sitting here like, yeah, but also dweebs can be sweet people too, because he's just like, I don't want to be a part of this. I just want to be by myself and just be with my moles. Just leave me alone.
That sounds like a dweeb to me.
But did you already say yours?
Yeah. Okay. So
yeah,
are
you
we
said
on
Rob
to
Paulson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you ready for Treasure Night?
Yes.
Okay. Who do you have?
I have a few people.
Oh my.
So I have.
Just do your two.
This array of guys that I have. So the first one's Mark Ruffalo. I don't know what I was on last night, but I was like, dude, Mark Ruffalo has a nice voice. I should put him in here somewhere. So I was like, oh, I feel like he could be good as Treasure Knight. Like he wouldn't be like just like a crazy person who's just, I don't know what kind of voice I was thinking about.
Hey guys, I collect treasure.
I'm going under the sea. See you later.
Yeah.
See you later. Oh no.
I went in a completely different direction as you.
Okay, my next person is Clancy Brown, who's Mr. Krabs. I was like, we know why I chose that one.
Yeah, Mr. Squidward, Mr. Shovel Knight, you can't get me. I'm a Treasure Knight. Ooh.
It's funny because I would just do like his.
Yeah.
I would just do his regular voice, which is I don't know if you watch any gameplay of Detroit Becoming Human.
I have not.
But like one of the main characters, he's Hank. He's like a detective.
Okay.
But it's him. Looks just like him. And he doesn't really do like a Mr. Krabs voice. Sometimes it sneaks in when he's like yelling.
Come on, mister. Come on, me bucko.
It's so good. I also have Donkey in on this one too.
Okay, you have goofy characters.
I do. And the girl version is Jenny Slate, which is the sheep from Zootopia.
Okay.
And she's also in Secret Life of Pets. She's like the white fluffy dog that has a crush on the main character. She's also in Parks and Rec. She's like
Oh, it's the sister.
Yeah, so
Oh,
she has
her name is her name is Mona Lisa something. It's
I forgot about that.
Yeah, her name's Mona Lisa, and I love it.
Yeah, so it's her.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like she'd have that high,
Oh,
like the higher fun
what's her
voice.
brother's name? It's so funny. It's such a good name.
Aren't they twins?
I think
Aren't they
no,
twins?
no. I think she's just his little sister. Those are good choices, Amy.
Thank you.
You ready for my choice while I look this up?
Yes.
My choice is probably one of the most recognizable voices in voice acting. You may know him as Batman. His name is Kevin Conroy.
Dude, it's so funny. I also have him on here, but he probably has like one of the most quiet roles, and it would just be like a, hey, wait a minute, that's Kevin Conroy. What is he doing?
Well, like when I was listening to him, I was just like, I need somebody who is like Treasure Knight has always seemed like a big dominant threat, and so I'm like, who's somebody who has like a I've like tried to make like regal people for all of these, like people who, and I also tried to get people who have the same like age range. I didn't like try to focus too much on it. Like, there's probably like everybody's like within the same decade.
Yeah.
But yeah. Great choice, right?
I do like that one, but also I was set on who I had for Kevin Conroy because I thought it would be hilarious. Just being that person that's like, all right, I'm gonna just have this guy take a cameo. It might cost us a lot of money, but it would be so funny.
Okay.
This would be such a good prank.
I'm excited to see who it is. Who's your next knight?
Polar Knight.
Okay, mine too.
Okay, so
here, let me. Oh, is this who it is? Oh my!
I was thinking Polar Knight could be like Kevin Conroy could be Polar Knight because he has like the least amount of dialogue. He can do those low voices.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that'd be kind of funny. I also had Mark Hamill here, so I was like, oh, he could do something.
And then, I just think of his Joker.
I know.
Hey, Bats! Hey, Shovel Knight! It's a terrible accent, but like, yeah.
I was recently thinking of a clip that I've seen on, I think, YouTube or Instagram, but it's like the Justice League show, and it's the Flash talking to like one of his villains, and the villain is Mark Hamill, and it's just him using his regular voice. And I was like, oh, that'd be pretty good. I can use him somewhere. I also have Mark Hamill on here quite a bit, but I feel like he can go in like such like a range of voices.
What people do we got? Oh, okay, I see. I'm like, we don't have a ton of people, do we?
No. Okay. I have Jessica Darrow.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Who's Louisa in Encanto?
Louisa.
Yeah, she's the.
Is she buff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, oh, she can do like. I know that she can do all the low voices. I was like, I can't think of any actresses that can do that low voice. Low? Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like
she's good. She's a great choice for a woman.
Sexist.
That sounds absolutely sexist. She sounds like a great pick for the female counterpart. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Not that sounds pretty good for a woman. So this is a part of the compilation.
This is part of the sexist compilation.
I think I'm already too far committed to this sexist compilation.
Oh no. Mine would just be Amy obsessing over Batman compilation. That
would be days long, Amy.
And I was like, it could be 8 hours, and I was like, no. Because I can see us in the future doing full Batman episodes just for me.
Yeah. But I never told you who my Polar Knight was. No. Yeah.
Because we cut to Kevin Conroy.
That's right. Okay. Yeah. Was that everybody for your Polar Knights?
Yes. Sorry, I had to make sure it clicked in.
What was the comment you made about Kevin Conroy, Amy? Remind me why you picked him.
Because he has a low voice.
Guess who has a lower voice, Amy? I did yours, but I doubled down on it.
You know, right as you say that, I thought of another person that'd be really good.
But Amy,
but I can't think of his name.
I have a name that you probably don't recognize.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll tell you what he's done. His name is Eric Newsom. Hopefully, this is really hoping that autocorrect hasn't switched around the spelling on any of these. So this is Eric Newsom.
Mm-hmm.
He has a really low voice, and he has a stoicness about him that would be sick. Here's my name. Eric Newsom voices Meta Knight in Smash Brothers.
Ooh.
Like, behold my power. And he has it'd just be sick. It'd just be sick to be like,
he would
yo, you're freaking, I can't believe I did yo. Shovel Knight, you can't defeat me. And
I was even, now that you say that it's Meta Knight, I didn't sit here ooh, Spectre Knight.
I think he's too low for Spectre Knight.
Well, here's who I was thinking for, the ones that I just thought of.
Yeah.
But, the thing is, I don't know the actor's name. But, so it's the original Hellboy, that actor.
Oh, okay.
Because I know he was also in the Batman animated series. He's Clayface.
Mm-hmm.
But I was also thinking, I can't remember the actor's name. He's a big name, which is going to be embarrassing. But it's Hiccup's dad in How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he'd be...
Stoic!
he would be really good.
Mm-hmm.
But I stand by...
Because Polar Knight also has, the Viking look to him.
Yeah, he has a very great Viking look to him.
Mm.
But I am sticking with... Everybody on the list I think I can stick with so far.
Mm-hmm.
But I am, hardcore sticking with Meta Knight. Or Eric Newsom as Polar Knight. They should when they make another game, they have to have a Meta Knight and have just
full dialogue with him also saying yo.
He's yo.
Yo, Shovel Knight. When they add Shovel Knight into the game as an actual character you can play as, then he can say that.
Yeah.
The game producers will add it in just for us.
So who do you have next, Amy?
I have Propeller Knight.
Okay, I do too. Do you want me to go first or do you?
You can go first, because I have a few people.
Okay. You ready for... I actually don't... This man is very, very... I think I don't even know if he does stuff anymore, because he's old. He was in the Monty Python movies, Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Who I think
he was in the Harry Potter movies, and he was also in... he was in Rat Race. His name is John Cleese.
Yes!
I just thought of his French accent from Holy Grail. It's just Honga! Yeah, this is terrible. Yeah, I'm not going to attempt it. But
what makes you think I have this outrageous accent?
Outrageous accent?
You silly king!
I blew my nose at you. Your mother was a hamster and your father smells of elderberries.
Such a good bit. Yeah. I love it. I know, at first I thought you were meaning he was just going to do his regular voice. Because he plays Fiona's dad in Shrek 2.
Oh, okay.
That's him.
I was actually gonna have him be my King Knight, but then I'm like, I would because I wanted one person for a different casting choice. So I'm like, ooh, do I make him King Knight or Propeller Knight? And I just couldn't find enough people to do Propeller Knight. But
I know, Propeller Knight was kind of hard.
Another person that I was gonna pick before, I can't remember his name. I deleted his name. I think I deleted him from this list. But his first name I think is Vincent, or his last name is Vincent. He's the guy who plays Monsieur Hood from Shrek.
Dude.
But I'm like, I don't think he has. That was somebody if I really wanted John Cleese to be my King Knight. Yeah. And I was also thinking, I was trying to figure out whether or not Propeller Knight was French or Spanish. So I'm like, if he's French, okay. If he's French, I was just gonna stick with John Cleese. Mm-hmm. But if he was Spanish, I was like, I was Antonio Banderas, guy who does Puss in Boots.
The classic. Oh, yeah. He's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I'm thinking, like, because I sit here and I'm like, oh, where is he from? But then I'm also like, he could just be a guy that just does whatever. But I can only think of him, like, pulling out the rose and being like, hoo. Well, like, now, well, I'm sitting here like, what makes, I'm just sitting here like, what makes him French? Like, what made us say here, like, French man?
Well, he said, en garde.
Oh.
Yeah. He says on guard. And yeah.
On guard.
Yeah, my most American accent, so I don't have to cycle back into my terrible French accent. My outrageous accent. So
for my Propeller Knight, this is when I first added him in, but Stamper, he could just do his Battle Block Theater voice where it's like where it's somewhat more elegant, but not really. Regal, that's what I mean. Like, he's more regal. Mm-hmm. But I also put Dan Avidan here too, because I can only think of his voice being like him being like Infinidagger.
Infinidagger. Yeah.
I can just think of the bit where he's like Infinidagger.
Man, that was like the one series I think of Game Grumps I watched from start to finish.
I can't remember if I did. I might have.
I think I also did, no, I did not do, Mario Galaxy. That one was a long one. I was going to, but I never got around to it. But, yeah.
I can't remember which one I was doing. I think I tried to do Breath of the Wild, but then that one got too long. But I feel like there is one, but I also switched over to Super Mega.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I have those two as the boys. And for the girl version, I was thinking Tara Strong. Mm-hmm. Or Jennifer Hale, who's Cinderella. Doing one of those two.
I prefer Tara Strong.
Yeah.
Because she's... I don't know. As much as I say this, and just thinking about how outrageous these... like
outrageous my picks are.
Yeah, well, I was thinking, like, I feel like my list isn't crazy outrageous. Mm-hmm. They're just more of, like, stoic people, mm-hmm. But I was going to say, like, yeah, Tara Strong fits the more outrageous pick. Mm-hmm. She might work as a Propeller Knight for me, but, like, for my choices so far. But, yeah, it works out just as well.
Yeah.
But John Cleese is also very outrageous. I don't see him being very stoic. But,
yes.
Yeah.
All right, who do you have next?
I have Tinker Knight next.
Nice. Do you want to go, or...
Yeah.
Okay.
So Tinker Knight, small dude. He's a little man.
Little man with big machines. Man.
Yeah. So I wanted to do somebody who can do an imposing, like, threatening voice, I think. But I don't think imposing is the right word. But he can probably do an angry voice. Just thinking of a great movie called Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. But I had Michael Cera as my Tinker Knight. Tinker Knight is just a very special man. Mm-hmm. He's just small but strong. And I think Michael Cera just fits perfectly with him being Scott Pilgrim, him also being Robin in Lego Batman.
So good.
I can't think of really anything else. But when I think of like, I can't really... I'm trying to think of, like, moments where he, like, yells and he's just, like... Other than saying his really inappropriate comment towards the vegan from... He just calls him, he says the words. But he doesn't say anything like...
I can just think of him being like, bread makes you fat?
Bread doesn't make you fat. Bread makes you fat. Bread makes you fat? Frick.
No, why would I get fat? Because bread makes you fat. Bread makes you fat?
That's the line.
So good.
Yeah. What was your choice for Tinker Knight?
Okay, so I'm going to go with my worst pick, which is Tony Hale, who's Dr. Psycho in the Harley Quinn show.
I don't like that
at
all. I don't. Not to make fun of you.
I was like, maybe he has like a nerdy voice.
Yeah, I would have to look more into what he does. He probably could do it. Mm-hmm. Just like looking straight into it. I can't see Dr. Psycho being Tinker Knight.
Yeah. I know. I was reading
I could
some of these I've read, and I'm like, oh, what have I done?
I could see him being a propeller knight, or like
oh, true,
or a mole knight, or even a plague knight.
Mm-hmm.
But
I know. I sat here and I was like, do I want to make him plague knight? And I was like, nah, I don't wanna.
yeah.
But yeah, I also have I have Rob Paulson for him.
Okay. He would be very good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hi, Shovel Knight. I got this machine.
I like how you immediately go for Carl's voice.
But it always starts with hi.
I was thinking more of Yako from
Yeah.
from what's it called, or even his Donatello voice.
Yeah, like doing just more of his like nerdy voices.
Yeah.
Not like his.
Or even Pinky, maybe.
Yeah.
If we want to go in a more fun route, maybe Pinky.
You're saying his voices aren't fun?
No, like
Rob Paulson, you heard it here.
No. No, just the whole show being goofy and fun.
Yeah.
Like in that kind of way. I also put Chris O'Neill for this one too. I want to put him in here somewhere, but I was like, I don't know where to put him.
He'd be fun. He'd be very, very fun.
Yeah. And then I did.
Shovel Knight. No, I can't even think of doing a good. I can't do it.
I can't think of his voices.
Like,
I'm
just thinking of inappropriate lines like "You said ass."
Haha.
Haha, you said ass. Or, Zach, he does. Wait, remember it's Christmas, Zach. We're gonna do the we're gonna save Christmas.
Then I'm just thinking of his regular voice where he has like his little accent.
Yeah. His normal voice would be pretty fun as.
Mm-hmm.
But he could also do a very angry voice. And I think he'd be very good. Yeah.
I feel like Tinker Knight would have like the worst anger problem.
Yeah, I think he has a short fuse.
Funny.
That's why whoever plays, I can't remember who you said, but the guy who plays Dr. Psycho would be
Tony Hale.
Yeah, I think he would be. I think he would.
I feel like he would
be fun too.
Yeah, like he has a fun yelling voice.
Yeah,
so that's most of the stuff that he does in Harley Quinn show.
Yeah,
but I did Tara Strong for this one.
Yeah, I think Tara Strong is your best choice for Tinker Knight.
Yeah. I think that was the first one that I put her down on. Was Tinker Knight. And then I think Plague Knight too. But then I was like,
actually, is Tara Strong is the more experienced person, but Chris O'Neill would be great. I think he would be a great pick. And cheaper probably.
Yeah.
But I think that's all of the knights, like the people part of the order. So
who's your next one?
I'm just gonna go through like the wandering like traveler people, like I can't remember what they call them.
Who's your first one?
Reese, I think.
Also, Reese was in, like, he's a big part of the Spectre Knight DLC.
Really? Okay. I forgot about that. I haven't played that one in years.
Yeah, because with like the memory, like the past stuff for Spectre Knight. Spoilers: his partner that he's with, I think Reese is that guy's son. Because then Reese is like the big bad, like the final boss character.
Oh, okay.
For Spectre Knight.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought it was always just Enchantress that was the final boss. But, okay.
But yeah. So I just have two people for his choice. And for these ones, I don't have female counterparts.
Which is interesting. Mine's a female.
Oh, really?
But who's yours?
So I have two choices. I did Troy Baker.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, he can do a more youthful voice compared to like.
He could do like his normal. He could do like his normal voice.
And then I was also thinking of Finn Wolfhard.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. I didn't even think of him.
Because just think of his voice in Smiling Friends when he's like the guy in the wall in the first episode.
I forget that that's him.
Yeah. For my things, for examples that I did It, Smiling Friends, and Stranger Things. I can remember Stranger Things' name because I haven't watched it.
I was about to say Finn Wolfhard, but that's his actor name. But yeah.
But yeah, with
his voice has changed quite a bit.
That's why I did Smiling Friends for like a bigger like choice for it.
I need to hear what he sounds like now.
Yeah.
But get ready, Amy.
I'm ready.
This person is also from Scott Pilgrim. This is Knives Chow. This is Ellen Wong. I just think of her when she's like having that big blowout. I was like, oh my gosh!
When she's getting her hair dyed, she's like, oh man, should we wash it out? It's starting to burn my head.
Yeah, you forgot to rinse. But yeah, that big old like moment where she's like
just ranting, being mad.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. So good. I like her. She's super fun, and she can be like she's
probably like 25. She's so old. So good.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I think she'd just be fun because she Reese is just like seems like somebody who's just like is very small, and from what I've seen, like I don't.
She's a little teenager that's just trying to make.
Well, I was meaning like a small part.
Yeah.
I forgot that that he was in Spectre Knight.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Who do you have next?
I have Baz.
Sick. Me too.
I'll go first.
Okay.
Baz, big man. I would assume a big personality.
He's like Big Baby.
Yeah.
Like after you beat him, he throws a tantrum.
Yeah. And you know who's a big man, who's strong and burly, who could probably have a pretty good temper tantrum? I don't know if he has actually had any voice acting experience, but he's Drax, and he's a WWE wrestler.
Ooh.
Dave Bautista. I think he would.
That's pretty good.
I think he would be fun.
I even think he would be good as Polar Knight too.
I think he's too young to be Polar Knight. That's my opinion. But I think he would just be fun because he's just a big man with a whip and lightning powers, and then so he seems like such a dominant force. And then you beat him, and he's just like, I can't be a part of this group. I've lost all the honor. And oh my gosh, I'll never be a knight. Even though Shovel Knight's like, you fought honorably, I could see you being a knight. He's like, no, I wasn't good enough.
I'm a failure.
My mom hates me. That's probably what he would say.
So,
yeah.
For my choices, I did Seth Rogen.
Oh my gosh.
I also have Will Arnett.
Okay.
I feel like he could do a good, like, just man baby.
Yeah, yeah.
And Aaron Hansen.
Wow.
Yeah, if Aaron wouldn't be, a main player knight, I would put him on Baz.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I thought the same with Seth Rogen. I was like, if I don't choose him for a big player knight, I'll throw him over to Baz. But yeah, those are my choices.
Nice. Well, so like the rest of these people, I didn't have a lot of thought put into these guys.
The hardest one for me was Tropical King.
And I sort of did a loophole with it. So we'll just do Tropical King right now.
Yeah.
My pick for Tropical King is that he has no voice. Like, he just has people speaking for him. And he'll have like a certain follower. I think it'd be funny if because at some points you're like fishing for you're fishing for gold, and then like the tropical like follower like comes up and he's just like, oh hey, here's this, and he gives you like a potion. But I think I just thought of the spokesperson would be Keegan-Michael Key.
Ooh.
He's the guy who plays Ducky from Toy Story 4. He has a lot of voice acting experience, and he's hilarious. And he's gonna be he's gonna be Toad. I'm pretty sure he's Toad in the new Super Mario movie. I think that's a terrible choice, just thinking of what Toad sounds like. But I think
the choices are terrible.
Yeah.
Other than Charlie Day being Luigi.
Yeah.
He's the only good choice.
Wait, oh frick.
I should put Charlie Day on here too. Yeah. He's so good.
I was gonna have the guy who plays Sid. He plays a guy from
He's the guy that we can't talk about in Encanto.
Yeah.
Don't know his name though.
His name Bruno.
I know.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't gonna
This joke
have.
sucks.
I wasn't. I wasn't gonna have. I was gonna have him be like Mole Knight. I can't remember his name. He was gonna be in there. But...
Yeah. So for my picks of Tropical King, my first one's kind of a funny one. My second one, I feel like it could work, but it's also like a very specific voice from him that I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
But my first choice was Jack Black, because I think that'd be so funny. Like,
I was really trying to throw him in somewhere, and I just couldn't find a good spot.
If he wouldn't be Tropical King, I would make him the Bard, but I would also make another Bard to go with him, so I can get Tenacious D in there, because that'd be so fun. So him and Kyle Gass can be the Bard. And then my other choice for the Tropical King is Christian Bale, but with him doing like his Howl voice in Howl's Moving Castle.
Okay.
Which is kind of his regular voice, but it has like more of like a regalness to it.
Yeah.
And I feel like he can do like his low Batman.
Real voice, I mean.
Oh yeah, he has an. I forget he has an accent.
Yeah, he has a UK accent. He's UK. I think he has like. Oh wow, that was in New Zealand for a second.
I know. I was like, that's not.
That's not it.
But yeah, I was thinking of that because I couldn't think of any, but then it like randomly popped in my head. So I was like, Christian Bale can probably do something.
Yeah.
But I also watched the kill count that Dead Meat did of American Psycho. I just love the part where he like goes like I don't know if you've seen this little clip, but it's him killing Jared Leto.
Oh, is it the
and
axe?
He's just like dancing. Yeah, and he's like dancing around.
Oh,
and he like goes to the stereo.
The
It's pretty good. I'll show you it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, he would be fun to put in somewhere, so I'm gonna throw him to the Tropical King. He would also be my thought of like a Kevin Conroy where people are like, hey, wait a minute.
I know that voice.
It's like, wait, it's him. Wait, he's only in this one spot? Wait a second.
Yeah.
But yeah, so good. Tropical King was hard.
Yeah, he was very hard to pick.
Do you have Mr. Hat and Phantom Striker?
Yes.
Okay.
Who I have left in this order is Mr. Hat, Phantom Striker, and the Music Man.
Okay. Yeah,
because
the Bard.
Is that his name, the Bard?
Yeah, I couldn't think of his name when I was texting you about it.
Because I just have
Music Man.
Because I have him just down as Music Man. I didn't even care to look him up. Sorry.
Who is your Bard for Music Man?
This.
I feel like Michael Cera could also be him.
He could be fun, but this person, I've just thought that he could just be a wacky character, wacky little side character, and people would recognize his voice. His name is Dan Povenmire. He's Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
Dude, it'd be so fun to have him also on here somewhere.
Yeah, that was one of the last people that I thought of.
He's such a sweetheart. I love seeing his TikToks, even though I don't have TikTok, but all the things that he like talks about. Because I think I follow him on YouTube where he does shorts on there.
Oh, yeah.
So it's basically just his TikToks, but on YouTube. It's just like, oh, how fun. What a guy. But yeah, so... Oh yeah, I already said my Music Man.
Oh, it was
Tenacious D.
Yeah. That's actually so good.
So I sat there and I was like, oh, if I had to do one, I'd probably make the other one like a village person that like hangs out with him.
Yeah, one of the horse people.
So good.
Oh,
right.
You know what'd be great? If Tenacious D was like the people who you give like the meal ticket to or like the potion ticket
to. That's what I was thinking.
And then those two are just like always commenting at each other back and forth. But yeah, or it could be a good Key and Peele. Yeah.
I know when you said Keegan-Michael Key, I was like, no Jordan Peele to go with him?
Yeah.
You gotta have both of them.
I
pull a Ducky and Bunny.
Was Jordan Peele and Bunny?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's Key and Peele is Ducky and Bunny.
Oh.
You goof.
I should have looked that up. But
silly man.
Yeah.
So who'd you have as your Mr. Hat? I have 3 choices.
You go through your 3 choices.
Okay. So my top one... Actually, the top 2 are kind of tied.
Yeah.
But also one of them I can just put somewhere else.
Yeah.
But I did Mark Hamill for one of them.
Okay.
He was the first one that I picked for Mr. Hat.
Okay.
So I was like, oh man, he could do something fun with Mr. Hat.
I feel like he would do something. He's a very fun choice.
My other one was Patton Oswalt. He's from Ratatouille. He's
nice.
Remy. He's also the narrator in Goldbergs.
Yes. Yeah.
And then I also thought of Dan Avidan to be the other one, in case he doesn't.
Dan Avidan.
Yeah.
Dan Avidan. Doug Dimmadome.
Doug Dimmadome.
What do you think this song was about? Pumpkins? Yes. That was from the Fairly Odd Parents movie.
Oh no.
Where
is it the live action one?
No. It's when he has like the TV remotes.
Oh.
And
I thought that was like a 2-parter episode where it was like a big one where everyone.
It might have been. It might have been. I just remember that being a long one.
Iconic episode.
Yeah, yeah. Freaking Doug Dimmadome.
He should be on here somewhere.
Yeah, it's when Doug Dimmadome is showing the Turners. Yeah, this is all behind Vicky, and it's just like showing that Vicky is like a terrible babysitter, and then he shows the Turners Chip Skylark's like video.
Chip Skylark.
I think that's his name.
So good.
But it's just like
he's the singer.
Yeah, it's like, hey Vicky, you're so icky, you're running it.
I was thinking of my shiny teeth in me. Isn't that one episode that has the scariest dentist in the world?
Oh, frick!
They have like big teeth and they're so creepy looking.
Yeah, and it has, frick.
They're like,
oh, frick, why is it, this is just like...
drama.
Yeah.
That's for another episode that we can do.
You just opened up a memory bank right there.
A Pandora's box that you didn't want to be opened.
Frick.
A Pandora's box that's pointed specifically at you.
Yeah. Holy frick.
Oh, so good. Alright, the last, but certainly not least, Phantom Striker. Or wait, no. Oh no, you need to do your Mr. Hat.
Yeah, my Mr. Hat was... he's just a rambunctious dude, and I've never seen him do like stuff outside of his like. Okay, it's Eric Andre.
Dude,
I would love
that'd be so fun.
We haven't seen him do voice acting or like any acting where he's like crazy rambunctious. I don't remember. I didn't watch him. I didn't watch Lion King, so I can't remember what he was like in that.
He's one of the hyenas.
Yeah, I know he was one of the hyenas.
But you just
I kind of fell asleep during that movie.
No, we just stopped watching it.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
I was starting to fall asleep, and then we
it was like right before the be prepared part.
Yeah.
And Mom's like, "Oh, hey, dinner time." And we're like, "Okay," and we never went back to the movie.
Yeah.
We're like, this sucks.
But I think he'd be fun to have just like him, because I was looking at like the dialogue for it, and he's like, "I've traveled far and wide for some hats, and your hat looks pretty good." But I think Eric Andre, that's not my Eric Andre.
Would be pretty good at that too.
Yeah. Just, Hattie Hattington.
I know. I think the other day you were like, "Oh yeah, Mr. Hattington." I sat there and I was like, "Mr. Hat."
Yeah, freaking.
So good.
I think Eric Andre could deliver. I think he could be a wacky, fun character anywhere in this.
He'd be like I forgot his character name in the Mitchells versus the Machines.
But
Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, he's the Zuck.
The Zuck man.
The lizard.
The real lizard. The lizard.
I can't believe we're ending on Phantom Striker.
No, he's kind of interesting.
I
was like, he's super interesting and interesting. I was like, actually, I don't remember his stuff, but I remember him being like, I too want to be a knight, but I also want to help you. But I also feel like he's like, I'm not here to become a knight. I just want to prove you wrong or something. I
thought you were pointing at something outside, but yeah.
So who's your pick?
My pick, I just thought of someone who could possess some sort of, like, I've just seen this man recently. He could just be like a provoking person, give off some sort of thing, and he's like, what's his name? Phantom Striker. Sounds very ominous and like powerful though, and he is like the wandering traveler. He's looking and he's been like shadowing, like Shovel Knight. He's been looking at what he's been doing.
I think he does something with Spectre Knight too.
He's the owner of like he runs the Lich Yard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because, like, he does something, I don't know if he works for Spectre Knight or something.
He was the one that Spectre Knight took over the Lich Yard for. But I had a very big name that I have never seen. I can't remember. Oh no, he's done voice acting. He was Metro Man. I picked Brad Pitt.
Dude.
Yeah. I just have been thinking of. I just thought of how he was in movie with Lost City. Is that the one with Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum? Just him being like that.
I almost put her down for one of my things.
You were gonna put Sandra Bullock as one of your characters?
Yeah, I was thinking about it because I was looking at like big name actresses. Because I remember Jennifer Aniston, like she's the mom in Iron Giant. And I was like, oh, we could like. I feel like some of the other actresses can do something like that. I know Sandra Bullock has done voice acting, but I can't remember what kind. I don't remember the movie, but I remember like kind of being like Iron Giant, where it's just like sneaky, where it's like, oh, it's that actress? What the heck?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for my Phantom Striker, at first I did don't look.
Oh, okay.
At first I did Mark Hamill, because I was like, oh yeah, he could do something. But then yesterday I was watching a video about this actor. He was talking about his previous movies, and I was like, oh, I forgot about him. He's so good. But it's Bill Nye, not the science guy.
Oh, okay.
Davy Jones.
Oh.
And Mewtwo. I sat there and
Bill Nye, the science guy. Bill.
That's why I said it's not the science guy.
Yeah, I just...
But I feel like...
Now I'm just thinking of
science rules.
He just like Phantom Striker just pulls out his sword and he just like lightning comes out of it and he's like, now guys, and he just proceeds to just explain the science behind it. She's like, did you know that?
Did you know that?
Now you know.
Oh, so good.
Did you know that if you lie on the ground completely spread out, you will not be hit by lightning, versus being curled up in a ball? Lay and spread yourself out or suffer the consequences. Now you know.
Yeah, I was thinking of that, but I can see Bill Nye being other characters. Like
okay, Davy Jones.
Davy Jones. Or Mewtwo. He was also Mewtwo, or the bad guy in Detective Pikachu. But I can just think of I only hear his voice in Mewtwo talking. He's the guy in the wheelchair. And he like possesses Mewtwo's body. Yeah. You were just giving a confused look like, oh.
I was sorry, my mind drifted away thinking of like, who's the actress who plays Calypso from Pirates of the Caribbean? And then I'm like, oh wait, is that Yzma? Yzma would be good in here. And then
she would be pretty good.
And she was in The Northman and she was pretty good.
Ooh. Eartha Kitt.
Huh?
Eartha Kitt's her name.
Oh, that's her name.
Yeah. The OG Catwoman. Yeah. It all circles back to Batman.
Wait a minute.
You can put the counter on for you now. Bringing up Eartha Kitt.
But you brought up that she was like from Batman, so that's like it was like a sneaky one. Wait.
That's a you point right there. Oh, not a me point.
That's fair.
Yeah, because she's Adam West's Catwoman.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Let's look this up. I don't
Probably
believe
not.
You.
I can't remember if it's like only in the show or only in...
I'm about to freaking wreck you. I like how I'm about to search this up and she's like, I don't know.
No, because I'm thinking of like the show, because we have the box set of the show, and then there's also the movie, but also she sings Santa Baby, which is really good. She almost had a song in The Emperor's New Groove, which makes me so sad.
Okay, she was in the show.
Yes. She is Catwoman.
Yeah, she's Catwoman. My bad. She's also she's in Ernest Scared Stupid. I remember seeing that and being like, whoa. Yeah.
So fun.
And then who's the lady that plays? Okay.
Calypso?
Yeah. Because that's a completely different woman.
Yeah.
Pirates.
Now my mind's just thinking of Eartha Kitt, so I was like, yeah, she's in Holes. But I was like, no, that's Eartha Kitt. So good.
Her name is Tia Doma.
She's in Let There Be Carnage. She's Scream.
Is she?
Is that?
Oh, that. Yeah. Okay. Her name is Screech.
Screech. I was like, it's not Scream, but it's also not Yell.
Wow, she looks.
Wait, let me see.
Look at her. That doesn't even look like.
She's so pretty.
Yeah, she's a beautiful woman.
Mm-hmm. We should watch the Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Yeah, I love those. Who is she in Skyfall? Wow.
Ooh, love it.
Wait, she was Moneypenny? Holy!
You
don't know?
I've only seen 2 movies, Sam, and it was the very first movie of his set and the last one.
So, she's like the. Do you remember Skyfall? Did you watch Skyfall?
No.
Oh my!
I said I watched the first one and the last one.
Oh, I can't.
Skyfall's
the better one.
But yeah, because I watched Casino Royale, where the villain was very hyped up, and I still think he's good, but the movie was very boring. Oh, she's such a cutie.
Yeah, she was good. She's the one. She shoots. She shoots James Bond. Spoiler alert.
Oh, is that when he falls off the bridge?
Yeah.
Yeah, because is that the very beginning of the movie?
Yeah, very beginning. That's why I said it, and I'm like, oh shoot, I shouldn't have said it.
For the Marvel movie one, I kept sitting there like, should we have done a spoiler warning?
No.
Nah. Because with some of them, it was like, oh, would it be spoiling it? The only one that I can think of that we would spoil was probably Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Because that one's the most recent one. And Shang-Chi. But that's it.
Spoderman.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't think it matters. Everybody who listens should just know that.
We can even put it at the beginning of it, just being like, hey, if you live under a rock, go watch the movies. Anyways, do you want to talk about anything else about it, or?
I don't know. I just want to say some of the people I liked. Mm-hmm. Right now, just thinking about, I should have written down people that you said, but I didn't want to write.
I have it right here.
I didn't want to write down 15 people per thing, but I really liked your Polar Night, but.
Thanks. Which one?
Your Kevin Conroy. You were talking about this earlier. You're just before we even did this, it was the other day. You're just I'm just excited for Polar Night because he's gonna be somebody who's sort of obvious, but I love it. Immediately, my first thought was not him. My first thought was Polar Night. What name sounds like Polar Night? Polar is cold place. Who's the leader of a cold area? Ice King from Adventure Time.
Dude,
Tom. Wait, is it Tom Kenny?
Yeah.
And I thought you were like, you'd be hilarious, and so I based it off of hilarious and obvious, and I'm like, okay.
It's funny because half of my characters, they're serious.
Yeah.
But then the rest of them are just all goofy.
Well, I have
Donkey
a quick run through of some of the people in here. We have Keanu, on my list. Mm-hmm. I have Keanu Reeves.
I love Keanu Reeves.
Kate Blanchett. We have Tom Hiddleston. We have Kevin Conroy.
You have such a big cast.
Yes.
Big name cast.
Yeah. But I was just saying that these are serious people. But I also have people who I have Rob Paulson, John Cleese, Michael Cera, Dave Bautista, Eric Andre, people who don't really play
serious characters.
Yeah, but yeah.
I mean, John Cleese probably does, but we haven't seen any.
I can't think of any off the top of my head, and I know
he's just an eccentric
old man.
No, he's just King Harold. That's his voice.
King Harold.
Yeah, Fiona's dad.
Oh yeah.
Harold.
So I looked up Mary Poppins to see to find Julie Andrews, and so I looked up rabbit hole. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
A very short one.
Mm-hmm.
So I went for Mary Poppins, and then I saw Dick Van Dyke.
Mm-hmm.
That man's still alive. I did
Yes,
not
he
know
was in
that.
the new one.
The new what?
The new Mary Poppins.
Oh, I did not know that.
He did a little dance number.
You know how old that man is?
I have no idea.
He is 96.
Dang, I was like, oh, I was gonna say, oh, he's probably in his 80s, but I'm like, no, that might be too old. That's kind of mean.
And it's just like, you know what? I'm even older.
Gotcha.
How old is he in Night of the Museum?
Oh man, I forgot he was in that movie. He's so good in that one too.
Dang,
we should watch those movies too.
Yeah, we could. Yeah.
So many movies to watch, so little time.
Yeah, that's our tagline. Well, this was fun. We should do more of these. But next time, Amy, oh my gosh. Just stick with one actor per character, please.
I can't choose just one.
Amy. But oh my gosh. It felt like, I'm like, oh, I'll show my one person. And then you're just like, monologue. Doodle-doodle-doodle.
No.
You just pull out a scroll every single time you like have a new character. But yeah,
super fun.
It was super fun.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who else we could like do a fan cast for, but we'll.
I wrote it down in my notes that I gave you.
Oh yeah,
that you still haven't looked at.
I need to look at it again.
I did a whole list of cast.
I know. I remember you putting it down. I remember looking at the list. I just can't remember the specific thing. Like, yeah.
You're gonna have to add 5 points to my counter because like most of them are like Batman stuff.
Yeah.
But also one of them is just like our pitch for the sequel to the Batman, which they confirmed it yesterday that they're gonna make a sequel.
Did they say what the thing was?
No, they were just basically saying like, oh hey, we are gonna make a second one, and that's it.
Nice.
Yeah, even though a lot of us were already like, oh, you might make a second one.
Well, you have to make a second one.
There better be 3 of them.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Sick.
Freaking Mansley.
You want to know what makes me...
Boy, that's my favorite line of that entire movie.
You want to know what makes me sad about thinking of the new Batman movies?
Yeah.
Just like before this one came out, he was... Or like... I don't know. In between the time... Like either like a little bit before or a little after the movie came out, Matt Reeves was talking about like, oh man, it'd be so fun to do a story with Mr. Freeze. And... just knowing, like, now knowing that it's confirmed that there's a sequel to it, and just people being like, oh, he usually does, like, prequels or trilogy. And, like, yeah. but sitting there and just being like, oh yeah, he might have, like, I sit here and I'm like, I feel like he would have, like, a plan of what to do for those 3 movies. And now, like, after he comes out with it and being like, man, it would be fun to do a Mr. Freeze one. I say here, I'm like, either he is gonna do a Mr. Freeze movie, or he's not, and he wishes that he could do it.
I don't think he's gonna do a Mr. Freeze for the next movie, but...
I know, which makes me so sad.
But we can talk about that on another episode. It would be... Freeze. I think it'd be really fun to... We can bring Hayden back and just be like, yo, Hayden, what you got? And then he'll be
I'll just be gushing the whole time.
I know. Me and Hayden will just be like standing in the back, and we'll just be pondering, being like, you know, we should just have Amy just control this a whole episode. We're just here to just
all the Batman episodes
say,
will be mine.
We'll just be like, yeah, that's a good point, Amy.
We would If I was there, I am gonna be there.
Well, like,
but whenever we talk about Batman movies,
we're just gonna be in the back. We're just gonna say our minor little comments. We'll just probably randomly throw in, Morbius was the better Batman movie.
I was gonna say, you ruined this for me, but I was just gonna say that if we were gonna talk about all the Batman movies, we'd need to do multiple episodes because I won't be able to do that.
Yeah.
Like thinking of just like even the 80s ones where it's like Batman Returns, Forever, and Robin.
Yeah.
But doing all those,
we could
I
do
would
like
have
a
to
lead
split
up.
those up into two of them because I'd want to talk about Tim Burton his Batman movies in like one episode, and then doing the other one for Joel Schumacher's Batman.
Yeah.
And then
I think we could do an episode per Batman movie, like
Oh,
building
yeah.
up to whatever like when the next one is.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So yeah, thank you for watching.
Yes.
Like find us
On social
on
media.
social media. We'll probably end up being like Average Joe Show Pod or Average
Wherever.
Joe Show. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We like Instagram. We'll probably use Instagram. Twitter, I've never been a big fan of. But
Yeah.
everybody thinks it's a big deal, so we might
Now
do
it's
that.
owned by Elon Musk, so
Elon Musk. I don't know if that's gonna be a good or bad thing. I don't have my opinion on it.
I don't know either. I just saw someone saying like, "All right, now we got to move to Tumblr now that he owns it." And I'm like, "No, don't do it."
I don't have enough Tumblr, but or like I don't.
You don't have enough Tumblr.
I don't have enough experience in Tumblr to be like, oh, I agree or disagree.
It's very chaotic.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
But we'll be on social media. We'll for sure be on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, ta-ta.
Ta-ta, Turbo Man.